77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them? That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Scott Munro has done a terrific job, really has, in running that union and protecting all of the detectives in this city. So he called me on Friday. He said, Sid, there's going to be a big story in Sunday's New York Post. I'm letting you know before it happens. I don't think he called Larry Menti, but I could be wrong. I'm letting you know before it happens. And then I said, great, I'll put you on Monday. And sure enough, in yesterday's New York Post, here's what it reads. New York City Detectives Union pushes to have NYPD included in ICE Act protecting officers from public. I'll read you the first paragraph. The city's detective union is escalating its war against rabid cop haters, pushing to have NYPD officers added to a federal law that requires protesters to stay 25 feet away from ICE officers. So the HALO Act, that puts those bastards in jail. And Scott says, that's great. I love ICE, but what about us? NYPD. He's been complaining about this. He spoke a couple of weeks ago about this. He said, wait a second. This moron mayor, this idiot mayor, he actually outlawed catcalls. So when my gorgeous wife Danielle walks by you, you can't say, hey, you look great today, honey, but you can call a cop a dirty pig. How does that make sense? Scott Munro back on Sid and Friends in the morning. Good morning, Scott.
Hey, thanks for having me, Sid.
It's always great having you. So what you're asking for, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's all that much to have cops get the same protection that ICE officers have. I mean, to me, you guys are the same. You're all part of the same law enforcement family. They're out there deporting bad people, keeping us safe. You guys are out there every day keeping New Yorkers safe. To me, it seems like the same thing.
Yes. So, listen, as we spoke about before, we made the state alliance with over 100 unions in it, over 500,000 votes. And we said, you know what, we were talking the other day, and we're like, you know what, we should take this federal. And I reached out to a couple Congress people and senators. They want to do the bill themselves, but the easiest way would be is there's a bill in there now that we can get right in there and piggyback on that bill and you know, get this done for law enforcement, because it's happening all through the country, just not in New York. It's happening everywhere. And, you know, our detectives, you know, we're down there. They're down there in the subways. The other day, they basically had that person that was slashing everybody, was slashed 3 people with a machete. The other day, now they threw an older gentleman, 73-year-old school teacher, down the stairs and killed him. And guess who got him? 2 detectives that saw the photo of that person a few hours later, and they grabbed them and scooped them up. So listen, we can't have people in our faces. They can't be doing this type of things to you when you're doing your job. They're stopping you from doing your job.
But you said a couple of weeks ago, when the whole buffers in zone thing came up with Julie Menon and the city council, their effort was to limit anti-Semitism in front of synagogues, really all houses of worship, but we know the only issue here is the Jews. So with synagogues and yeshivas, those types of things. But you were saying that you were already complaining on video, even before you honored me, Bo, and Paul, the retired group, a month and a half ago, that you were hoping Mamdani would do something because he outlawed catcalls. Was there ever any conversation with the mayor's office? Any?
No conversation whatsoever. We reached out to the mayor. We asked the mayor to come with us at our press conference, and you know, we adjusted the bill a little bit. I wanted to make it 25 feet, but the Senate and the Assembly felt better doing it 15 feet. And we went with it there. And listen, we're not stopping here. We're going to move it. We're going to do what we got to do to get this done for law enforcement, not just in New York City, all through the country now.
Yeah, you want to make it federal. So have you reached out to President Trump?
No, I was hoping you were.
No, are you being serious? Are you kidding? Because I will.
Yeah,
no, I will.
That's what I said. I saw your text. You have a very good rapport.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I reached out to NAPO, a person named Mick McHale, the president, that has National Association of Police Officers all through the country who are meeting with Tuesday. This is a very big week for the people that we lost. It's Police Week, and we're going to discuss this situation too.
Now, what is that now? Well, police. Oh, is this a week where you have where you go down to down by the water in Battery Park and honor those who were killed?
No, this is where Washington recognizes everybody in the country. It's a wonderful thing, and they put them on the wall down there. And police officers all through the country that we lost this year, and they have a thing called Top Cops, which is Tuesday, where they honor cops all through the country. The stories that you hear what these courageous people do, and you get to listen to them, and basically they get awards that night.
Yeah,
And that's
awesome.
Tuesday.
That's awesome.
They have a nice candlelight visual for all our members through the country on Wednesday, which is very big.
That is lovely. Now, I mean, the Trump's administration, Trump is all about law and order. You got Janine Pirro there in D.C. She's all about that. You got Kash Patel, who runs the FBI. So there's plenty of people, Todd Blanche, plenty of people at the federal government who are sympathetic to what you're going through, Scott Munro, and our New York detectives and sergeants and cops everywhere, all over the country. That's why Trump felt the need on a few occasions, whether it was Memphis or Washington, D.C. or other cities, to send in the guard, and their crime problem went down dramatically. So I would think, Scott, that between Congress members, especially in New York, they're all huge with law and order, from Mike Lawler to Nicole Maliotakis to Garbarino to LaLota, all those folks, and even some senators, that you would have success.
Oh, yes. We've already reached some of the people from the Alliance, already reached out to them. I spoke to somebody already. Very excited. If they don't piggyback on a bill that's already down there now in Washington, they'd be willing to do it.
It's such a mess for the cops. There's this one former cop, I'm not going to mention his name. He does some ridiculous podcast that nobody listens to, and he's been tweeting for days that Jessica Tisch is about to quit in 2 weeks, and it's either going to be Abbasi or Rodney Harris and take. No, it's not true. It's complete fake news. 1,000% fake news. Scott, you can bank. I can't tell you what's going to happen in September or December,
right,
but she's not leaving anytime soon. That no. I can guarantee you. That's guaranteed. But there's so much division, it seems like sometimes, with former cops, disgruntled cops, and even some guys serving right now. I just don't get it. Do you?
No, listen, it's a shame. After you retire off this job, you have yourself a pension. If you don't have something nice to say, then just move on.
Right, just shut up. Exactly. Well, some of these guys feel like they were treated badly. They were kicked off the force, and they've got all kinds of issues with Eric Adams and other mayors. But at the end of the day, I mean, leave the current NYPD alone. You guys are out there, all you guys every day, trying to save this city. Okay, so you're in touch with some of these legislators. You're ready to go to Washington, D.C. What else is next on this agenda to try to make sure that this is done?
Well, that's all. That's the next step. Sitting down with them, whether they want us to testify down there or not, I don't know. I would love to reach out to President Trump and explain what's going on. I don't think people really understand what goes on unless they see the videos that are out there.
Well, let me ask you, how bad is it, Scott? I mean, is it every day? Are you getting a lot of cases every day, a couple of weeks? Let's be honest.
Absolutely. And it's not stop. I mean, they're making money off it, these people on these with these videos. They're having people like different companies they advertise on their videos. The more they get, that's what they're doing. And so we had a little bit of a problem with one of the companies. We sent them a letter the other day. I don't really want to name them who they are, and we were very concerned, that they were utilizing these people for that. So, the bottom line is that's our next step. We have to move forward. We have to get this done. I mean, the day we walked off City Hall steps, they were waiting for us at the gate, and they were in my face. They were saying all types of things all the way back to the office. So they are not stopping. They feel it's their First Amendment right. Their First Amendment right is not to be in somebody's face. There's no other profession ever that you could do this to and get away with it. You think you would do it to a construction worker? I'm actually sitting down with a bunch of Teamster leaders next week to get them on board with this because it's important. That's more votes. If you believe in law enforcement, and we got to make sure we protect all the Teamsters, whether you drive a UPS truck or you're a painter or you're an electrician, or we're here to protect the people of the city of New York. And they're on our side, too.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. All right, well, I'll reach out to the president. He should be on this show in the next 2 weeks. I know you saw the text. He said, I'm coming on. I love it. He actually said love. So I'll make sure I reach out to President Trump, and when he comes on the show, I'll certainly bring this up in an effort to help you because I'm tired of it too, man. I am sick and tired of the disrespect that your officers have to face on a daily basis in this rotten city. It all comes from the mayor, who's the most anti-cop mayor. He makes Bill de Blasio look like Rudy Giuliani. And then you get the governor. She does nothing, sits up there in Buffalo watching, the Jim Kelly tapes. So between the two of these morons, the cops are being treated worse and worse every day. I'm not okay with it. Scott Munro, you've got me on your side. I'll do what I can do, okay?
Thank you, and thanks WABC and everything you do, and this is great. This is why we need you to get our message out, and we really appreciate law enforcement, not just in New York City, all through the state and the country now.
Scott, we love you. You really do a tremendous job, man. I hope you're proud of yourself. I'm very proud of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. There he is, the president of the DEA, Detectives Endowment Association. What a terrific guy. Real New Yorker, great cop. That's my friend Scott Munro.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Roger Stone here. Every day you wait, your money loses value, but gold and silver don't follow those same rules. American Sovereign Bullion gives you access to a nationwide wholesaler network, helping you secure aggressive pricing on real physical metals. Call 844-272-2428 now to get your free gold and silver guide to learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver, delivered right to your door or with a gold IRA. Visit ASBgold.com. That's ASBgold.com for your free gold and silver guide today.